We've got a mismatch on Thursday Night Football when the Denver Broncos go on the road to face their AFC West division rival Oakland Raiders. BETDAQ currently has Denver installed as a 10.5-point favorite in this game. 48 is the total. Now, we're reminded week in and week out how difficult it is to cover double-digit numbers in the NFL, especially against division opponents, especially on the road. Just 2 weeks ago, these very same Denver Broncos went on the road to play the Kansas City Chiefs, another AFC West team. Kansas City at that time was the single worst team in the NFL, the only remaining one-win team in the NFL. The number was identical. The Broncos also a 10.5-point favorite in that game, and they failed to cover, struggled to an ugly 17-9 win over the Chiefs. All that being said, very difficult to make a case for the Oakland Raiders in this spot. The Raiders are 3-9. They've lost 5 games in a row, 0-5 against the spread in those games. I mean, they've got the worst defense in the entire NFL in terms of points allowed. Oakland is allowing 31.3 points per game. And here comes Peyton Manning in this Denver Broncos offense. And if you haven't seen Denver play over the last couple of weeks, they have made big strides from what they were at the beginning of the season. Not that they were that bad at the beginning of the year, but right now they're playing as well as any offense in the NFL. They look just like the Indianapolis Colts circa 2005 or 2006, all those great Colts teams that Manning was a part of. Third in the NFL right now in points per game at 29.1 points per game. We mentioned Oakland last in points allowed, so that's a tough combination for the Raiders. But really what's been impressive, at least from my perspective, what's been most impressive about the Broncos over these last few weeks is how well they've been playing on the defensive side of the ball. This is a team that really struggled on defense last year, did not finish the year ranked in the top 20 in total defense. They allowed more 40-point games than any team in the NFL. And this season, I mean, maybe it's because it's John Fox's second year as head coach. We know he's a defensive-minded guy. Maybe it's because they brought Jack Del Rio in to be defensive coordinator this year. But this year, the Broncos, they're playing great on the defensive side of the ball. Third in the NFL right now in yards allowed. They're top 10 in yards allowed, rush defense, pass defense, and scoring defense. So really, when you look at Denver right now, they're one of the best offenses in the NFL and one of the best defenses in the NFL. That's why they've won 7 games in a row, locked up a playoff spot last week. They're sitting at 9-3. And again, I go back to what I said a couple of minutes ago. Very, very difficult to make a case for the Oakland Raiders in this spot, but I'll try. Here goes. Oakland is a double-digit home underdog. Oakland throws the ball pretty well, 8th in the NFL in pass yards per game. They're going to be getting their best running back, maybe their best offensive skill player, Darren McFadden, back for this game. Also, Oakland, despite the fact they've been struggling nearly everywhere recently, they have not been struggling in division games. 11-5 against the spread in their last 16 AFC West games. So there you go. That's my case for the Oakland Raiders. That's as good as I can do. If you asked me to make a case for the Denver Broncos, I could start talking and still be talking 10 minutes from now. After all, early this season, we saw what happened when these two teams met. Denver won 37-6 a couple of months ago in Denver. So once again, very tough to make a case for the Oakland Raiders in this spot. I would be shocked, absolutely stunned, if the Denver Broncos lost this game. And even though it's tough to cover double-digit numbers on the road in division, you know what? I lean towards Denver minus 10.5 here.